evening. How's everyone? Good. Thank you for coming tonight. This is our third meeting for 2011-2012. And I would like to start by, of course, thanking everyone for your presence. I always appreciate your participation. Appreciate you being here, your attentiveness, and all that knowledge that you guys bring into the film. I love it. I learn something new from you guys every Monday. It makes me better. We're going to start out with a couple of announcements real quick. We have in the house with us tonight, where's Tyler? Tyler from Referee's Call. He is going to come in and he brought some information with him, and he wants to make a presentation to you guys tonight for real quick.
Does everyone have a sheet? We just have 3 packages. The first one's a starter pack, and I was talking with Dean, and we have decided that if you want a pair of shoes, we can add that in for $115. So just the first starter pack, just add shoes if you don't need a jacket or anything else. We will also carry the Reebok Zig. It'll be $84.95. And that is just sold by itself unless you wanted to purchase in the deluxe package. Just add $20, so it would be $232.95. It is all patent leather. Does everybody know what the Zig looks like?
Are they in yet?
They're not in yet. All right. They will be in. They're supposed to ship the 1st, so I would say the first part of next week. It's usually 3-4 days for us to get it in. You can also pre-order those if you'd like. We're taking orders now. Just get your name on the list, you can pay, and then we'll ship it to you while you stay covered as soon as they're in. Does anyone have any questions?
Yes, a lot of people might not know where you're at, your location.
How to get there?
Do what?
How to get there?
To your location.
Where are you?
Yeah, we're at 5300 Southwestern. Does everyone know where I-240 is? Just get on I-240 and you head east or west, and it's on Western. It's just 1.5 miles north on the right-hand side. So if you go to 44th, you've gone too far. You'll see the hospital. Just turn around and it's 1/2 mile back down to the stores.
All right. Thank you, Tyler, for coming out tonight. Normally we have a referee's call come in and set up, but they don't have all of their inventory in yet. So once they get everything in and have everything ready for us, then they'll come out, they'll pick another week. They'll come out and have everything available, and you guys can go through what they have and you can pick up whatever you need. They will have the Reebok Zigs in. I know that everyone has been wearing them all summer. They like them, they're light, they're comfortable, and now they come in a patent leather so they don't have to be polished. A lot of us have already pre-ordered them. I know that as we get them, we'll bring them in and we'll have them on display so everybody will have an idea what they look like. Okay, moving right along, let's get a real quick update on how our training is going. I'll ask Brother Mitch, if you don't mind, coming up and sharing some information on how our training is going on Saturday. Participation. I know he's in a very in-depth conversation right now that I know is very important, but I want to break into that if you don't mind.
Our Saturday training.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our Saturday training has actually been very good. We have over 55 people, 56 people, I think, that's registered, that's going through some type of training, from beginner all the way up to the IREF. So even last Saturday we had over 50 inside the building there, so it's really good. Beginner's class is up around in the 30, 32 range, so we've got a very good group, very large group of beginners that will be coming up. And so starting listen, we won't meet this coming Saturday because of Labor Day weekend, but beginners and the intermediate classes are closed to any new registrants. So if you know of anybody who hasn't come yet, that will try to come that following Saturday, intermediate and beginners, they can't get in. The reason why is because the class is so large, classes build upon each other, and so we cannot go back and regress what we covered the previous Saturdays with these people caught up. So we did that last year, it worked out well, and so we are doing that again this year. So if they come up, we'll just say no next season. If you know anybody, don't forget. Plus, I will give you kudos because you guys have been sending people to the training classes. So the word's gotten out, and it's interesting to say, how did you find out about the training? And it's because you guys have sent a lot of people there, so you can be continuing on that. So that's about it for training. I know what else to do.
Sounds good. Good, thanks. Appreciate that, Dan. Now, we'll say that in our advanced class and the IREP class, we had a little testing this past weekend. How many people were there? Cool, cool. We had a little bit of testing, which was interesting. And the purpose of the testing wasn't to call anyone out or to illustrate or demonstrate anyone's deficiencies. The idea was to give everybody an idea of where they are currently, what their strengths are, and what are the things that they need to work on moving forward. It lets us know what everyone needs to work on moving forward, so that we can still continue to set the plan accordingly to everybody improve and get better. That being said, I didn't realize we had to cover so much information, but that's the reality. So we will do everything we can to help everybody improve themselves as basketball officials. Do we have anybody in here new tonight who has not been to a meeting yet? Great. Outstanding. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, at this point in time, I would like to ask, we have a very special guest in the house tonight. I would like to ask this gentleman to come to the stage. He is the commissioner of one of the most dynamic and one of the most successful conferences in the state. No matter what side of the state you live on, they've been very, very incredibly successful. He's been a partner of ours forever. Everybody knows him. Don't call him Mr. Doolittle. Okay, that's his dad. I would like to ask to come to the stage right now at this point in time, Mr. Dwayne Doolittle, Commissioner of All City, Suburban, and every school in the Central Part of Oklahoma.
That dynamic conference, man, the change.
Hello? Yeah.
Can you make sure you keep on this side?
Gotcha.
Hey, I'm glad to be here tonight. I look forward to these meetings every chance we get because it lets me know that basketball season is around the corner. I don't do this kind of stuff very good. And the fact that you're here lets me know that you're getting ready for the upcoming season. You know, when I first started officiating, years after Sergeant been on, I guess about 30 years by then. When I started officiating, you know, officiating was just one of those things we did right around late football season. But now it's progressed into one of these applications where we're constantly working to get better. This organization is instrumental in the things or getting us ready for the season. There have been a lot of officials that have cut their teeth right here in the Particular Officials Association, and I'm glad to be a part of it. When I go out and to various games, and those of you who've been working with Mr. Clayton and Mr. Traywicks and Mr. Stover and the other Mr. Clayton, I can tell it's a TOA rep. It just goes without saying. As officials, we don't have the opportunity to go dunk a basketball or shoot three-pointers or any of those things like that, block shots. But what sets us apart as officials are our mechanics. And if our mechanics are janky, and folks see our janky mechanics, that's a recovery word for those who haven't heard that before. But if our mechanics are not as crisp as they possibly could be, That's where folks start formulating opinions of what we can or cannot do. If you see me go to the golf course, I'm going to be coordinated from head to toe. My golf bag is going to look good. I'm going to have the best tools that I can afford in there. And you're going to actually think that I can play the game of golf until I swing the club. But up until that point, I had you fooled. That's the same impression that coaches get of us when we come onto the basketball court. So fool them for as long as you possibly can. And it'll go better, I promise you. I want to let you know that the Metro officials meetings are going to start on September 14th. Is that right, Marcus?
No.
4 weeks from last Wednesday. No, that's October 14th. When are they going to start?
Moved it up to September 28th.
September 28th. September 28th. And that's a good opportunity for you to continue that training aspect of it. So by then, you'll have an opportunity to bid out work some scrimmages, and you can go share that information and experience and keep that educational process going. Sort of like continuing education units. When I talked to Sarge Stover, he told me he wanted me to come in, before I move on to that, the Metro meetings have moved. They are no longer going to be held at Metro Tech South. Metro basketball officials meeting is going to be held at 850 North Portland on the campus of Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma City, in the fire training facility. Some of you may ask how that came about. It's good to know people in places. So 850 North Portland on the campus of Oklahoma State University, Oklahoma City. As you go down Portland, you see all those fire trucks hanging around there. Just go around to the back, boom, 850 North Portland conference room, that big conference room. We also have a gymnasium there that we'll be able to do some breakout sessions and go out and work on some things there. So October the 5th, 6:30 p.m. at the Oklahoma City OKC fire training facility. Last year, we instituted a registration fee in our conferences on our website. And I've told this story 1,000 times, I will not tell it again. Those fees go to offset the costs that are billed to me and others who host websites. Up until 2 years ago, I encumbered those fees because it was an easy thing for me to do. It didn't cost as much. But when fees tripled and doubled, or doubled and tripled, it got to the point where my wife was asking questions about, hey, where's this money going? And so the website not only assists me, it assists you. How many of you would like for us to go back to the old pen and paper system? Anybody? Commissioner next year will be Ryan Mack. I cannot go back to a pen and paper system. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Because right now I've got my iPad here, and I know tomorrow that T.C. Coleman and Rebecca are working a volleyball match at El Reno. Is that right, T.C.? Aren't you working a volleyball match tomorrow at El Reno? Yeah, I just saw that on the website. So I have instant access no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. That is invaluable. Okay? And so those fees go to offset the cost for hosting that website. Any questions about that? Right.
Yes, we're consistently seeing fees added to the officials to be able to officiate. Are there any additional fees that will be paid to the officials? Just a question.
And that is a valid question. Everything associated with doing anything costs more money. And that is a direct result of why the OSSA has raised their fees, Metro officials raise their fees, I've got a fee, Bob's got a fee, Eddie's got a fee, everybody's got a fee. Okay? It just costs to do business. And so I am in dialogue with the schools that I supervise for and to see if there's something that can come out of that. We have some schools that say, sure, no problem, we'll pay. Then we have other schools that if this crowd showed up, it would be a good night for them. Right? So just because Memorial or Norman can afford to pay additional fees. Grant, Capitol Hills, or Southeast may not be able to do that. And so those conferences get together, they meet with representatives, and they say, hey, what are you paying? Because if Marcus is going to pay more money, his conference, and that's where do I want to work? We're going to Marcus. So they got together a few years ago and decided, hey, we're going to have a metro athletic directors consortium, if you will, and they get together and they regulate those prices. I am advocating for you for those fees. However, know this, I'm the first one to tell you, I don't advocate throwing money at a problem to fix it. I believe that if we get better, they'll recognize that we've gotten better, and they'll want to pay us more money. If we just go put in the work, money comes. There was a movie about that. Anybody see it? You build it, they'll come. Build a dream. Okay? So we're not gonna let them take advantage of anyone. Those fees in the sub-varsity games, I know it's a pain behind. That E's not there. You should take that out. I know it's a pain in the behind to go to more. What do we pay down there, Sarge?
I want to say 1950.
1950. So I've been in direct communication with more schools to say, hey, listen, we're doing better than $19.50 worth of work. Let's pay a little more money. Let's at least get up to what the metro is doing so that everybody will look forward to coming down. All right? So we're working on that. So that's a great question, and we're always in dialogue with that. So we covered the cost of the website, those administrative costs. Assignments, how are they giving out? When I paid my $20, I didn't get not one varsity game. Well, if you're listening to everything I've said today, everything I've said previously now, your registration fee is for website hosting. So I'll be able to know that you're there, you know that I'm here. At no point did I say $20 gets you 15 varsity games. It just doesn't do that, all right? There are things that are associated with that. IREP is one. I can't be everywhere at every time. Can't do it. But Mitch Owens is out. Klotz is out. Kenny Shaw is out. Wayne Travitz is out. Sarge is out. Marcus Crandall is out. Carl Iworks is out. And so when you're out working those games and those people see you, they call me. All right? They call me. And they all know that if they stick their neck out and say, Jeanette McAllister can work, she can go. I guarantee she can work. Guess who Jeanette McAllister is going to work with? Their sponsor. Right? And so they are judicious in how they make those recommendations. Charles Green said this to me many years ago, that a good official can't hide. If you get out there and do the things you're supposed to do, no more, no less. Things that Sarge is teaching you, Travis is teaching you, you see in Marcus do. You go do those things. If you get in your rule book and know the proper application of rules, if you do that, then your career is going to blossom. Now you just need a little clutch time. You need to put in some time behind the wheel to really know how this thing works. All right? Who you know can get you games. What you know will keep you in games. All right? I'd hate for, I would have hated for being assigned a game that I thought I should be working, and get out there and something goes bad. Because we're all one screwed up basketball game away from it. Never working. There are some coaches who really appreciate seeing you when they're at home. They love you when they're at home. Not so much on the road. Because they know if they're at home, all they got to do is say a few words to you, and a call will go their way when they're at home. But if they see you on the road, and they know what you did when they're at home, and now they're on the road, and that other coach is at home, guess what they're saying? He's going to give that call because it's not going to go my way tonight. So be careful what you say. Be careful how you approach those games. Listen, take it under advisement, tell them you'll look for it, you'll work it out, going down the road. All right? Those are my expectations. I expect you to get on the website during basketball season multiple times a day. Multiple times a day. Because I never know when Sarge is going to be on there making changes. Multiple times a day. You know, some of you use your work email, which is great, as a backup. I mean, I get three messages get on my telephone. So anytime you guys email me, I get it 3 times through the website. But a work email, when you only work Monday through Friday, does you no good if an assignment is made on Sunday. Absolutely, positively, no good. I send out blanket emails. Undoubtedly, I'll get 5 or 6 out of office notifications. Okay? So if you're not going to be able to get the message, what good is the message without a receiver? No good at all. All right? So I encourage each of you to go to Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo, and all those other free ones out there and just create you an email account. Just create it. And these phones are so smart now that they'll let you know when you got one. That's just the way things are working now. Not only me, the OSSA has gone to the arbiter side. I hate to see that, because now it looks like I'm at the arbiter side. I can't do it. I sure didn't thought about that. But even OSSA has said, you know what, this thing is too big, and there's too much going on for me not to be on it. And Rick can tell you in football meetings, football officials are the worst ones. Why we gotta do that? Why we gotta do that? Because nobody wants to do it. But that's where we are. It's gone are the days when we just take a piece of paper out, write down games, and be there. Communication, instant communication is what we need. Not only do we expect you to get on the website, check it daily, I also expect you to update your availability count. I mean, our Sarge's biggest headache is folks who don't go close out time. If you can't work before 5, put them there available after 6. Because if you put them there available after 5, we assign your game at 5:30, and you don't get off work at 5 o'clock, and now you're calling Sarge, and he gets all out of whack. All right? So if you know that you don't get off work at 5, and you know the schools that we assigned for, and you know what drive time would be, add drive time. So if I don't get out of work at 5, I'm not going to be available before 6. It just makes sense. All right? It just makes sense. I promise you. If you get off at 2 and you working on the road driving a truck somewhere, then think about the time it's going to take you to go park your truck. And then do that. Scrimmages. God. Sorry, I cussed at you. The biggest headache that I have, that I deal with during the season, are scrimmages. It's headache listening to the coaches, headache listening to you guys. That's what he said. It's just a headache. But it's a necessary evil. Okay?
Change it.
So we have to work scrimmages. Now, the conversation I don't want to get into as well, but I'm working in college basketball. Great. Good. All right. Does a college basketball game count for a scrimmage? Anybody care to answer that question?
No.
You don't care to answer it, or?
No.
Let's put it in mind. How would a college game count for scrimmage? Just not. Okay? And so again, I'm going to, and then not only do you do that, and I'm talking to the veteran officials now, not only you do that, you veteran officials who work in college basketball, you're the first one to call me and say, dude, when you'll get stipulated. My answer is typically after you work scrimmage. And then the veterans who've been at this a while, they know there's too many games out there for me not to give them games, so they just say, dude, I'm not going to work scrimmage anyway. Knowing dude is going to do what? Sound down. And so the younger officials who were out there busting their butts, going to all the scrimmages, looking for all the veteran officials to be there to help them out with just some little bit of wisdom, go to the varsity games and see veteran officials just ripping and running all over the place. think, well, he said no more scrimmages, but I've been to every scrimmage that's on the website. I ain't seen this guy, ain't none of them. How is he working the scrimmage? So now here comes the circle of dissension. That's where it all starts. Okay? I realized it was busy. I think my middle name should be busy. I've got a 2009 car that I just bought. 2009, bought a brand new 2009. I got 90,000 miles on my 2009 car. So I am busy up and down the highways and byways. Okay? I have children. You have children. You have spouses and significant others. I get that. I understand that. And on my calendar, my wife's birthday, who I forgot last year, is red. It is big time red. The whole week is red. I'm not going to miss it. I'll share this story with you. I come in from work. I work on the 23rd of July. That's my wife's birthday, 23rd. I work the 23rd of July. But the whole time I'm saying my birthday's on the 24th. So I order a brand new 23-inch Dell touch computer, all in one, for her. It comes to the house on her birthday. But I'm going to give it to her on the 24th, her birthday. And so I get home from work. I'm upstairs, and my son comes up. He says, "Good morning, Daddy." I say, "Hey, tell Mommy happy birthday." So he says, "Happy birthday, Mommy." I say, "Happy birthday, honey." She doesn't say anything. So I go downstairs and say, Did you hear us say happy birthday to you?" She said, "Yeah, that was yesterday." So what did you change? Why did you tell me? So I carry my wallet and my credit card. And not only did she get a new computer, she got a brand new stainless steel French door LG refrigerator. And there was nothing wrong with the refrigerator we had in the house. I mean, it matched the other before, but I was waiting for it to finish. Beer was cold. Cheese, not too much. Beer was cold. Okay? So I get that stuff. I understand that. And if you haven't done it already, get on everybody's website that you work basketball games for and close those dates of those significant others. Just close it. Just because. And if you get a hall pass or a release from that night, it's a bonus for you. But don't forget those significant dates. Unless I got too many ball games, I need help. Okay? So, I expect you to get on there and just close the dates. No explanation needed. I don't care. You can't work. I mean, I don't mean I don't care that you can't work. I don't care what the reason is. I'm just not available. Trimming nose hairs. Clipping toe. I don't care what it is. Just close it. Because when you close the date, guess what? Your name is not even considered for assignments. It's when you don't close the dates, and at the last minute, we have to make some adjustments, and I call you on the phone like I've called Kenny Shaw so many times before and say, "Kenny, you open?" He says, "No." "Yeah, you are. You're on the website." "I just took the game from Bob." Damn it. Bob beat me again. Okay? That's not a problem. I understand that. But it's when you know days and days and days in advance that you're not open, and you do nothing about it, that gets old. That gets real old. So let's just make sure we take care of that stuff. If you do that, I promise you the season will progress wonderfully for everybody involved. All right? So if we do that, those expectations. Our assignments made. It's real simple. State tournament officials are going to work. No questions about it. State tournament officials open, state tournament official working. Make sense? So state tournament, you're working. Open, work, boom, done deal. This is my procedure for assigning games. Sometime around 12:30 a.m. to 4, I'm sitting in my computer by myself, just me. I'm not ringing TV, not on, my son is asleep. And I'm going through point and click. And every game I give attention to. Now I don't go through and just go click, 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 3 officials. I don't do that. I'll take people who I have worked state tournament. Those senior officials that I know and trust. Sorry about that, sir. Somehow that didn't fit, Richard.
Yeah, well, they're grooving, man.
Oh, okay. I'm speaking that. And so each contest, I point and click a name in the referee spot. If I've got 30 games, I'm looking for 30 people to be in charge. Make sense? If I've got 36 people that I consider to be R1s or the Rs, then those 6 toughest games get 2 Rs. That make sense? So Douglas Star Spencer, no matter where they are, Douglas Millwood, 7th grade on up, come on, I'm gonna try to have 2 Rs. Yes, because not so much for how they play, but how they play. That makes sense? So now, I've got 36 people placed. So now I go look for U1s. Replace all the U1s. And then I get the U2s. Replace all U2s. And hopefully I've got more people than I got games. Hopefully. But Sarge will tell you, it doesn't always happen that way. And so that's why it's important for you to register. What's your name? Yeah, you looking at your telephone right now. Yeah, what's your name? John. John what? Schaefer. John Schaefer. I know you're new to the area. That's why it's important for you, John Schaefer, to get these scrimmages with these senior folks so they can see what you can do. Make sense? That's what happened to Carlisle works, did it not? Get to the scrimmages. And if there's no senior official there, so what? Hey, coach, I'm Wayne Doolittle, new to the area, glad to be here. I'll be repping. Hey, if you don't mind, at the end of the day, I'm going to talk to you again. Tell me what you think about my officiating and things I might be able to work on. All right, is that fair? That's the old door-to-door salesman then. And I'm tying him into a contract. He's going to talk to me after this crap is over with. All right? He's going to tell me something. He's going to tell me something because I've always put him on blast to talk to me later on. All right? And so as soon as the last one goes off, who am I looking for? All right? And I'm not going to make any excuses. Yeah? And he's probably going to lie to me. So lie to me. How'd I do, Coach?
Be great, son.
Hey, you mind calling Dwayne Doolittle and let me know that?
I'll do my best.
Well, let me give you his number. All right, hey, you can use my telephone. Why don't you call him for me right now? Okay. What's your name again?
Chris Jackson.
Oh, Chris Jackson. Hey, Coach. Hey, Dwayne, I'm here with Coach Jackson. Where you coaching? He said I did a good job. Yeah. Here, you want to talk to him? Hey, here's Dwayne.
Dwayne, I'll talk to you later, boss.
All right. So I tied him into the contract. Because undoubtedly what happens is this coach is going to say to you how you did a good job. All right. He's going to, oh, you did great. That's the best thing to put on first shoes. Great. Look, oh, yeah, wouldn't mind seeing you. Whoa, God, man, I can't wait to get you. Are you open week 1? And then the phone ring, hey, like, don't send that to me. Okay? That's what happens. So time into a contract. Get some feedback when you're in scrimmages. If there's no senior official there for you to get feedback from, get feedback from the coaches. All right? Does that make sense? If you do that, they'll put your name in their mouth, on their brain. And when they see you again, then they'll be able to form an opinion about you. You won't be a stranger. Dukes.
Coaches have any scratch lists with you?
Everybody here's a question. Do coaches have scratch lists with me? No. And this is what I tell coaches. When they call me, hey, Dwayne, this is Coach XYZ. Hey, I don't ever want to see Chris Goolsby again. Really? What happened, Coach? He teed me up. Teach Coach. What happened? Was that on my box? Okay, that's a violation. Can you tell me any more? No. All right. Or I'll have a conversation with a coach that says, he's above reproach. Coach, it's 11:30 at night. I'm too busy. Go ahead. Elaborate on that a little bit. Well, everything he's always right, and he won't listen. Okay? It's fact. It's fact. That's what I explain. So, Coach, so then I turn this whole conversation around and say, Coach, what would you have me say to that official to help them improve? Well, I don't know. Okay? So where do I starting. Well, I probably shouldn't have made this phone call. Man, that's a lesson. All right, coach, thanks. I'm done with him. But who am I calling? XYZ. Whoever that official. I made that call. And said, hey, you gotta go back out there. When you're on church. You gotta go back out there. This is what the coach thinks about it. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? It's in your hands. I feel phone calls all the time, especially in younger officials. We don't expect you to be great. We don't expect you to be good. But we expect you to go out there and do the things that you learn. Does that make sense? You just do that. I tell this story about my family all the time. In the Doolittle family, there are no ugly Doolittles. None. No ugly Doolittles. There are some that look better than others, but there are no ugly ones. That's how I tell coaches. Coaches, there are no bad officials. There's some that are better than others, but they aren't bad. Okay? Just go out there and work on not being bad. I'm trying to be good. Just work on not being bad. You see it? Call. You don't see it? Don't call. 22 years later, that's what I'm doing. See it? I call. Now, my explanations are a little better now than they were before. My temper is a little better than it was before. I think. But if you see it, call. Don't have to be good. Simple expectations. 10 rules keep you out of heaven. 10 commandments, right? So why would I have more than 10? Have fun, be nice. That's so simple. Just have fun and be nice. Second way about be human. You know, one of the biggest turnovers I get from coaches, off from coaches is when you go talk to the official, coach, according to rule number 2-3-4, the coach don't have a rule book in the pocket unless I was working the game with Pops. Pops. Yeah. Cliff Harris. We're working down at way in the back. We're Hillsdale. And that was the first year they made 0 and 1 legal numbers. So they had this kid that was number 1. First year for it. No, they had there was not a 1. So he had a number 1 jersey. So of course the coach is ready for this fight because he's seen tape. So we bounce the ball, throw the ball up, first dead ball, he goes to Cliff, because Cliff's the referee of the game. He comes in with Cliff, he says, hey, is that number legal? Cliff says, yeah, coach, I think that's legal. He's batting his eyes, you know, he's batting his eyes real fast. So the coach reaches in his back pocket. He's already got the book open to the front. He says, what the number is? He says, no, right here it says that's not a legal number. And Cliff looks at it, he said, well, let me go talk to the partner, coach. So Cliff comes over to me, puts both hands on my shoulder. He said, Wayne, we got a problem. So what is it? He said, well, the coach handed me this rule book, put this number in, and I don't have my glasses on, so I tell me what it says. I said, yeah, he's right, that's illegal. All right? So that's the only time that I've ever been in a game that the coach had the rule book right there with him. All right? If you don't know a rule, let me know I'm going to know. My dad's a Baptist preacher, so I sometimes get my minute 30 seconds. Another 30 seconds? Minute 30. Okay. If you don't know a rule, don't fabricate it. Say, coach, I don't know, but this is what we're going with. And you maintain credibility with the coach. Defend the cause you can defend. Coach, no, I know for sure he took 3 steps. Those calls that you don't know, coach, let me tell you what I saw. I saw him take 3 steps. Because anything you do and say has to survive the pause button. Anybody know what the pause button is? As soon as that game's over, the coach is going to the office and they're going to go, pause. 2 steps, dunk. He didn't take 3 steps. Dwayne defended that with his life. My credibility shot. So defend those calls you can defend, those others leave them alone. Expectations. Again, expect you to work hard, take care of the website stuff. If it's something you can't do, say you can't do it. If you say you're going to do it, do it. Most rules live by. Don't ever make a promise you can't keep. Knowing that I understand things come up. I understand, I get it. I totally get that. Totally understand. And don't play games amongst the silence. Just don't do it. Because, like I said, you tell one lie, you'll tell 77 more lies to cover that one up. And I'm an investigator. I'm going to ask you 77 different ways. All right, somebody's going to tell me something. It's going to come up. Now, let me clear something up. On the website this summer, we had MAYB. I put out that we paid $18. That's what I remember from last year. Everybody with me that worked at MAYB? I put that on the website, $18. I got to the office of a guy at the Evan, he said, Dwayne, I think we paid him $15 last year. I believe it was 18. Well, I believe it was 15. And they go pull out some paperwork and said, so he said, I'll shoot the difference, split the difference with you, $16.50. I said, okay, but I'm going to reserve the right to come back here when I find some paperwork to show you it was 18. All right. I've had that meeting with you. We're trying to get that worked out for you. I know it's $1.50. I know it's $1.50, but 10 times that is $15. So we're working on your behalf to do that. I can tell you this, that next year's MAYB will be $18 or you'll be off that week. I'll work somewhere else. All right? It's going to be $18. I told you. All right? Any questions of me before I sit down? Yes, sir.
Like your website, is that an annual fee?
Yes, sir.
We pay you?
Now, let me tell you what's happening with that. RefTown is in the process of creating some kind of link thing, jig it, whatever they do, where you can go online and submit fees. I don't know where it goes. We're talking a lot about that. She knows where it goes. So they're working on that. And I'll announce that information here pretty quickly. Okay? Good question. Yes, sir.
Wayne, I've been working hard. All you're giving me is 2-person games. I feel I should get some 3-person.
I hear you.
What do I need to do to get some 3-person?
No scrimmages. Have somebody advocate for you. Were you here when I gave that information about the coach? Yeah. Go to scrimmages. Advocate. Get somebody to advocate for you. All right? Or tell me where you're going to be. I'll show you. Just tell me. You know, the scrimmages that are most attended or the ones where I put my name on. That's something that's fill up like crazy. They fill up like crazy. The ones that are not so much, I say I'm not going to be there, not so much. All right? Great question. In our camp this past summer, we sat down and talked to each individual official, those at camp. Said, where do you see yourself? How are we different? Remember that, Sarge? Yes. Everyone, there are other people that were there, and my glasses were fogging in there. But everybody knows where they should be working. Everybody has a real good concept of where they should be working. Everybody does. No, I'm not ready for the NBA. No how. Well, Tulsa Shop. That's WNBA. On 2-game winning streak. So, just know where you are, stay in your life. Good question. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
On your schedule, let's say we get a high school person, let's say that one of the signers from the college college, say, we call you, or we call you, or how we like that?
This is well, that's a good question too. Just about everyone in this room's ultimate goal is to work college basketball, right? Some level, some shape, form, fashion, right? Okay, next question. Next question. Now, let me tell you what bothers me. And it has nothing to do with the individual or the assignment. When we get 27 inches of damn snow outside, and everybody wants to make up college games on high school nights, that bothers me. That bothers me. But I get the idea of everybody wants to work college basketball. I get it. I understand that. Rich, did you get to work that game?
Oh, I would have to be out under that.
Well, you know the one you gave me back on the college.
really don't want to count it.
Has anybody ever gotten a college assignment after I gave them a high school assignment and I told them you couldn't go work? Next question. Anybody else? Listen, let me say this as a caveat, and I know you gave me some time. The time to ask questions is when the ask is here. And what you say out there gets back to me. My mother used to tell me all the time. And believe me. All right? So if you want to know why I do things, don't ask Sarge. Don't ask Clayton. Here I am. Come on, Clayton. Question?
Yeah, okay. I'll tell you this. Do you have a way, besides the other officials, of getting from 1 or 2 person games to the upper echelon scores? One where you know there's going to be a fight, so you need to take the two officials there in order to be part of it. I mean, there's certain things you want certain goals, like this is when officials bring it from regular sports games to the ones where you know that the weighing is tolerance for the R. How do you
Cool. Oh, you getting tired. Would you?
No, I'm talking about you. Can I answer that?
I just told him to ask the ask. Ask the ask. That comes, and you feel free to give me a moment to entertain that question. That comes when they'll,
whichever you call it.
when they'll, that comes through time, through the challenges, through how you handle the little things, through seeing you at camp, that maturation process, that recommendation from Wayne. It's just a there's no one set thing. All right. It is what it is. Okay. And it comes when I come see you at those 2-person games and those JV contests and see how you're handling things when you don't think I'm there. Until if you change when you see me, it's that kind of stuff. Does that make sense? I mean, is it quantifiable to that nth degree? No. But it's just you know that you know that you know. All right, and I'm not trying to skirt that question. Wayne, can you help me out any better?
And in essence, all of that means, wraps it up to mean just be good. Be good. Don't think you're good. Don't think you know. Actually know. Be good. If you are, you work. Simple as that. He's going to put people in the game that he knows will take care of. He knows that they know the rules. He knows that they can take care of the coach. He knows that if anything pops up in that game, they can handle it. So that's be good. If you want to work, that's what you should strive.
Which totally contradicts what I said earlier about just don't be bad. All right. But, you know, when I go through making assignments, and I'm sure Bob is the same way, it doesn't go click, get phone calls on this one. Click and click, and that's 3 phone calls on this one. No, that's not what we're after. But we don't want to put you in a position that puts you in a bad light with anyone. I don't want to throw you in the 10-foot water when you just learn now how to stand up in the shallow end. All right? And then there are guys like Jake Cootie who come in from way out west, down southwest, who just go in and work. Just, you know. Derek Gathright comes in with his military background. I mean, he's regimented. Who just go in and work. Then there's Carl Iwerks, who goes in and has some of those Nevada quirks with him that we're working out, right, Carl? That the coaches didn't quite understand him and how he did things, and he didn't understand how we do things here. But we talked about that, we're getting that done, right? It's just that maturation process. Does that make sense? And Terry Herndon, I knew you were here. I remember. Question, Mitch?
What are some things that are specific to you and your conference that you want your officials to do, such as stand on the court at times or with the team?
Super question. In the all-city conference, everybody say that with me.
All-city conference.
Only. All right, all together.
All city conference only.
Between the girls' game and the boys' game. 30 out, 30 in. With me? Just that period. 30 out, well, it's capital L, 17 out, and 30 in. The period when the boys' teams are entering the basketball court only. Varsity contest. You with me? All city conference, all levels. The period when the girls' game is over, they're leaving the court, and the boys' teams are entering. Everybody got a visual? One official will stand there until they get to the edge of the court, and they throw the lock. That's it. Just do this. And lock, that's it. Referee will designate who it is. You don't have to stand out there the whole time. Just that period when they can be stupid. I need a stupid monitor. I mean, not the person that is stupid, but somebody to monitor stupidity. Does that make sense? I want that in my conference. I want the referees at all levels on any assignment that you receive through ref time to make contact with your partners, with the representative from the school, and me. One email. Just one email. That says, we are to arrive at your school 45 minutes prior to the game, 45 minutes prior to the game, 45 minutes prior to the game. I understand the 3 o'clock starts. I get it. I get it. Just make sure your partners know what time you're going to be there. All right? Because that dreaded phone call at 2:58. Hey man, who's my partner? I don't know. Well, you got that iPad, look at it. Well, you got your computer, what you looking at? That's what's going on my head, I'm not saying it. Okay? But if you show up at a game site